del Grupo Liberal.
President, thank you, Commissioner, colleagues. This is another urgent appeal for leadership by Representative Ashton. Early last year, the EU made a promise to our citizens and to people in North Africa and the Middle East who called for freedom, justice, human rights and opportunities. We saw the consequences of supporting decades of dictatorial regimes and decided that even with an uncertain future ahead, the EU needed a more values-based policy to build partnerships with people in these countries. And our promise to reward more democratic reforms with more financial assistance has barely been implemented, but is now seriously tested. President Morsi made the very bad judgment call to grab more power for himself than President Mubarak ever had, placing himself beyond judicial scrutiny. Our efforts to help bring investments and economic reconstruction to Egypt are replaced by serious concern and the need for urgent crisis management. President, the Egyptian people do not deserve this leadership. Unexperienced, yet power-hungry. Democracy is much more than one man, one vote, and relying on checks on power via the streets is not sustainable. Egypt needs the rule of law. And what has been the EU response to this proactive power grab? It took weeks for a very weak statement to be issued, and the first statement by the High Representative after November 22nd was an announcement that the EU would return frozen assets of the Mubarak regime to Egypt. A more poorly timed and wrongly guided message is hardly imaginable. A partnership with the new Egypt is very important to us. When people in our neighbourhood flourish, so do we. And this is not just an economic story. We need to stand firmly for the universal rights of all Egyptian people. And it is disappointing that the EU is not stronger. We're letting the people of Egypt, as well as our own promises, down. I think with regard to the referendum and any developments that may unfold, we must be much more vigilant, or we should stop pretending about conditionality.
Gracias, señora Schaake. En nombre de los Verdes tiene la palabra por 1 minuto y medio la señora Judith Sargentini.
Dank u, voorzitter. Wat doe je als een vriend rare dingen gaat doen en je niet meer begrijpt waarom hij het doet? Wat doe je als een land een democratie probeert te vinden